Thousands of Miami Valley residents are currently in foreclosure and are in danger of losing their homes. Many have already fallen victim to the mortgage crisis and may have been able to save their homes, but didn't know help was available. Tonight, you'll hear from experts who are dedicated to helping homeowners protect their most important investment. Good evening, I'm James Brown from WHIO-TV Channel 7. Tonight, we're in the studios of Think TV for a joint broadcast to discuss a number of issues surrounding mortgage crisis, including steps that homeowners can take if they are in danger of defaulting on their payments or are already in foreclosure. Our studio audience is made up of concerned residents from the Miami Valley, and panelists will respond to some of their questions. Panelists will also respond to questions we have received by email. Jim Otte from WHIO-TV will moderate our discussion tonight. But first, let's take a look at the story of two Dayton residents caught up in this mortgage crisis. Angela Blackshear of Dayton and her friend Drake Edwards both know the pain people are facing with this mortgage crisis. Drake has already lost one home to foreclosure, and Angela is facing foreclosure on her home now, even though she bought it just 2 years ago.
I kind of felt like I was really lost. I didn't know who to return to. What was my next step going to be?
Angela asked Drake for help, but there was little he could do.
I looked at her contract and I found out she had been scammed.
Like many victims of predatory lending, Angela found herself caught up in the same crisis that has stricken every area of the Dayton region. Thousands of houses are empty and many boarded up.
It's hard. It's hard. I just wonder how many more people are going through the same thing, you know? I mean, so they got to be stressing. You know, they don't know what their next move gonna be.
The mortgage crisis is pervasive in some neighborhoods, more subtle in others, but it is there. How are people being hit by the crisis? The question can only be answered here at the local clerk of court's office. This is where every foreclosure filing comes in to begin the process. Thousands of cases come in every year. In fact, more than 5,000 cases in each of the last 3 years. Clerk of Courts Greg Brush and his staff are tracking new cases this year, and they think we'll hit a new record or come close to it again in 2009.
Looks like we'll hit the 5,000 mark. We're a little under the pace, and I attribute that to the fact that people were waiting to see what the federal government was going to do with Obama's legislation, and we'll see, I believe, we'll see that pick up, be right around that 5,000 mark again, unfortunately, this year.
And it's not just in Dayton. Greene County last year had 771 foreclosure filings, and Clark County had 1,127. What's behind it all? It's mostly job loss, like the departure of General Motors, Delphi, and DHL. As unemployment rises, more people struggle to make their house payment. But it's more than just that. Brush says many people with adjustable rate mortgages face what they call a reset, meaning their rates will be going up, increasing their costs. Many people may not be able to make their house payment because their income is not going up to cover the cost of the mortgage. And if your mortgage is going up while your job has gone away, you're on the path to foreclosure.
The very first thing, if you can't make your mortgage, you need to reach out to your lender right away. Don't wait till you get a letter from us. Then if you do get a letter from us, open it. A lot of people just ignore their mail, think that it's going to go away. You have to deal with this problem.
The government is making an effort to help homeowners avoid foreclosure, but in many cases it simply is not enough. When Angela and her friend Drake sit on her front porch, they look out and see a neighborhood and a city in crisis. The home next door is empty and the property is overgrown. It's among hundreds of buildings on the city of Dayton's list to be torn down. The house directly across the street is a boarded-up eyesore, also destined to be torn down. Angela fears her home will also be on that same list someday.
I'm going to end up moving somewhere else. I know for a fact that I'm going to be getting up out of here. I just don't know what month, what date it's going to be, but it's somewhere down the line here.
I'm Jim Otte from WHIO-TV Channel 7. Here with me tonight in the Think TV studios is a panel of experts who are all on the front lines of the mortgage crisis. Alfred Pattison heads the community outreach effort for County Corp. Through their Home Saver program jointly developed with the County Recorder's Office, they reach out to Montgomery County homeowners before and after they get into trouble. Susan Che is chief of the Consumer Protection Section of the Office of Ohio Attorney General Richard Cordray. The office protects Ohioans' rights as consumers through civil and criminal legal proceedings, public education, and outreach. Jim McCarthy is president and CEO of the Miami Valley Fair Housing Center. The center provides counseling and, when appropriate, legal assistance to people who are victims of predatory mortgage lending. And Beth Deutscher is the executive director of the Home Ownership Center of Greater Dayton, a program of St. Mary Development Corporation. The center offers a variety of services to help Dayton area residents achieve and sustain home ownership and financial success.